Welcome to Become Odara. My name is Ana Clara Toni. We're talking about self-awareness in this channel, but today especially about mindful eating. Are you the type of person who has a lot of cravings and you never know what type of foods you're gonna eat? If you eat extra chocolate when you're about to get your period, stay with me and I will talk about that as well. If you don't find time to meal prep, I'll give you a lot of tips in this video as well. So let's go. Well, first, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel. In our very first month, we have over 130 subscribers. So, thank you. Did you know that when you subscribe to this channel, you're actually helping people? That's right. Because you're making this video and this channel more relevant, so YouTube will show to other people that might be suffering with a lot of things that we talk about in this channel. So, please subscribe to this channel to help other people and help our channel to grow and reach out more and more people. So today we're talking about mindful eating. Before, I need to tell you how does this come about in my life. Well, I dated this guy for over 3 years. Actually, it was a 4-year relationship, but for 3 years I was in the ketogenic diet with him, eating pretty much the same foods, and on Saturdays we would do the cheat day. So I would eat donuts and ice cream and go crazy about everything that I couldn't eat during the week. So everything seems fine because I was feeling energetic, I was going out, I was exercising, and everything seems to be great. But my body was telling me that something was going really wrong. I developed something called amenorrhea. Do you know what that is? It's a type of like an early menopause. So I completely stopped having my period. You see, most of the ketogenic research about intermittent fasting and ketogenic diet and the benefits of eating a lot of healthy fats and completely ignoring sugar and carbohydrates are made with men. Those studies have as an object men and not so much about women. And I didn't know much about it. He was feeling great and I was, like without my period, my body was reacting to something and I ignored that. So when these relationships ended, I was feeling really depressed and sad and anxious. So I ended up eating a lot of my emotions. I was never a type of person who had like sweet tooth. But every so often, I was eating a lot of the sweets that he would crave when we were doing the ketogenic diet. I was trying kind of like to replace him with sweet foods, which was really weird to me. But I didn't realize that until I found out about this book right here. So thank you, Lindsay Smith, for writing this book because it really helped me to understand what mindful eating meant and really cope with that sentiment. So what does that exactly mean? Well, whenever we associate food to our emotions, we end up like craving things and overeating or not eating at all, and that can cause a lot of impacts to our body and our health. First thing that I want to tell you about mindful eating, to have awareness whenever you're eating. So what exactly mindful eating means? It means eating your emotions, and I will tell you why this makes so much sense. Whenever a baby is crying, right, like when we first born and we don't know how to communicate to verbally, what do? We cry, right? Babies cry and the mom goes and breastfeed them, so they understand, well, if I cry I'll get food, so it works for me. Of course, that we don't cry every time. After we learn how to speak, we start also like experimenting other foods and flavors, and we start associating foods with different type of emotions. For instance, what is the type of food that your grandma will give you every time that you go to her house? Was that the homemade cookie? Yes, so every time you associate cookies with somebody who loves you, who cares about you, so it's like a kind of like a comfort type of food. You like to eat that as a treat, as something that like, oh, I love myself, I'll have a cookie, and that type of thing. But I learned with mindful eating that whenever we are craving something, is our body lacking or having an excess of a nutrient? And in this book, Lindsay actually breaks down everything. So you want to know What are you craving? What is your body actually telling you when you're craving sweet foods? For instance, you might be your body might need more natural energy, so I have a walk around the block, wear your mask, and get some sunlight on you. Less red meat. You need to detoxing nutrients, less stress, more rest, and balance. For instance, dark leaves like spinach, arugula, or collard greens, they're full of nutrients that can prevent you from having that type of cravings, because it has all the needs that your body is telling you, that it's kind of like sending you this alert that it's in need for. Also, berries are all types, sweet vegetables, carrots, and sweet potatoes. And you also should try some quiet meditation, some time with friends and family, on Zoom, of course, right? How about when you're craving salty foods? Do you know that it might be your body telling you that it's missing a natural nutrients, and that you might need more water? Yeah, I know, crazy. A lot of times we're actually not even hungry. We are thirsty, but we immediately go for a snack. So you don't need that snack. Drink an extra glass of water. You might be thirsty and dehydrated. Try it out. Another thing, how about that chocolate, huh? I talked about that in the beginning of this video. So whenever people who menstruate are craving chocolate, that means that our body are actually telling you that it's lacking on magnesium, or that it needs more sugar balance. So chocolate, it's full of magnesium. So it's a good, type of food for that. And your body knows, so immediately telling you like, oh, crave some chocolate right now, because you can load up its level of magnesium. But there are other type of foods that also are rich in magnesium. Do you want to know which ones? So raw nuts, seeds, legumes, fruits like cherry. How about exercising? That can also help you whenever craving too much of that chocolate. Read a book, writing, and doing some yoga, because that also will help you to reduce the stress levels that you might be going about when about to get your period. There's a lot to talk about when in your cycle, but that's in the video about the mandala. How about caffeine? Ooh, this one, I have a personal story to share with you. So also during that time, coping with the breakup, I started drinking a lot of coffee, like a lot. What is a lot for you, Anna? Well, I was drinking 8 mugs of coffee and 3 to 4 shots of espresso a day. So I was really energetic. And my friends started getting worried about me. And it was also by reading this book that I learned that what I was actually doing when drinking so much coffee, I was missing my mom.
What? Huh?
Yes, my mom drinks coffee
in the morning, in the mid-morning, after lunch, in the afternoon, in the evening, even at night.
So coffee is really part of her life. And I was missing her drinking a lot of coffee. So what did I do instead? Whenever I was about to make an extra, cup of coffee, I would call my mom. And that would help me to, get that bond with her and prevent me from having extra caffeine in my body. But whenever we need caffeine, it might be our body telling us that we need more rest, that we need to sleep more, that we need some meditation time, some quiet time, and even some natural energy boosts like ginger, dark leaf greens, raw fruits, seeds, legumes, brown rice, quinoa, barley, and other whole grains. How about that bread and pasta? Oh my God. During the ketogenic diet, that was everything that I could not have. And whenever I had, I felt that sense of like comfort, because pasta and bread in general are associated with comfort. Maybe because you always had that growing up with a toast with your family. For some reason, we associate that, or mac and cheese reminds you of like your time with your family. That's the food that your mom will make you. So we associate pasta with comfort. Whenever craving pasta, that might mean that your body needs more balance. You should try eating more whole food grain, brown rice, cauliflower, potatoes, raw nuts, seeds, legumes, quinoa, and practice like the daily gratitude journal or even time with your friends and family again via Zoom, because that also will help you to get some balance. So this is just some of the tips that Lindsay talks about in this book, Eat Your Feelings. I'll put the link below so you can check it out, okay? So remember, whenever you're craving something, it's just your body telling you that it's missing something, like it's lacking something, or it has an excess of any nutrients. Another thing that I learned with mindful eating was through a program, a coaching program with a nutritionist called Fernanda Mello. She's Brazilian as well, but she has also clients. She speaks English, so she also assists clients that speak. They are English speakers. I'll leave the link below for her blog so you can see all the recipes and tips that she gives. But what did I learn from her? Wow, this lady really changed my life, because when I was doing the ketogenic diet, and I gained over 30 pounds, okay? So I tried even like very restricted diets. I went to a program that would last 40 days, and actually I was pretty good doing 25 days. Have you tried that before? Like do like some diet that restricts you and you follow by the book, but then you cheat some days and you're trying to get back, but it doesn't really work and you feel guilty? Yes, so I did that as well. It didn't work. I had a lot of troubles with my self-image. I wouldn't even take pictures of myself during that time. And in a combination of that breakup, I had also lost 2 friends in a car accident. So I was really lonely, feeling missing home, missing friends, connection, and family. It was a mess. And Fernanda, this nutritionist, helped me to understand that food was not the solution, that I had to respect my body and my emotions by simply eating mindful. And what does that mean? Turn off your phone, don't look at the TV, chew your food, pay attention to what your body is telling you. But she also taught me a lot of things that I think we should learn in school. I'm not sure if the American education system teaches this to the kids. At least in Brazil, we didn't have that type of knowledge explained to us. But for instance, our digestion starts in the mouth, right? But did you know that when you're stressed, the pH of your saliva is affected? Yes, so this is one of the things that Fernanda taught me that I didn't know. So she said, hey, take a deep breath before you eat your food if you're feeling anxious or depressed or sad or whatever it is in your mind. If you're not in a restful peace of mind, just take a deep breath and eat your food, and that would already help to balance the pH of your saliva. And why is that so important? Because digestion, it starts in the mouth. So you are receiving this food in your body, and you want to make sure that all the digestive process goes right, so you get the full benefit of that. Another thing that I learned is that protein is the foundation of our bodies. So it's our hair, our nails, our skin, everything. So proteins are full of amino acids, which are kind of like the food for our neurotransmitters. So whenever you're eating proteins, you're giving this fuel for our neurotransmitters to create more of the hormones that we need in our body, such as glutamine, noradrenaline, serotonin, GABA, adrenaline. Every type of hormones that we need to make sure that they are getting the right amount, that we have the everything balanced, so our body would function properly, right? So what are the foods full of protein? Well, meat, but not only meats. Most of my diet today, or I don't even like to use the word diet, the way that I eat today is pretty much plant-based, but I do eat some red meat every so often, and also a lot of fish. By the way, one of the things that I notice is that whenever like I'm about to get my period, I also crave a lot of red meat. And I learned that because, and what does that mean? It means that my body is missing some iron, because it makes sense, right? I'm about to bleed for 7 days or so. So my body needs some extra iron. So dark leaves again, some meat can help you with that as well. So we have a lot of sources of protein, not only with meats, like lentils and beans are also really rich in protein. So you should definitely try to, like have a diverse portfolio of food as well. If we could, we would just stay in the sun and live from the light, right? Like get all our energy from the sun. But unfortunately, we cannot do photosynthesis like plants can. So that's why we eat plants. I even like to joke with my friends that when we eat meat, it's like secondhand type of energy because it's the animal who ate the plant who actually had the energy that came from the sun, right? So make sure that you diversify your protein portfolio as well, not only your money. Mindful eating also means having an NLP experience type of thing with food. Why? Because when you have the food in front of you, try to notice all the colors, the texture, the smell. When cooking it, when preparing the food, feel the food. Imagine how many people have to be involved in the process to get that food to your plate. So be grateful for that and appreciate that ingredient that you're handling when cooking. And that's when you talk about meal prepping. Oh yeah, but I don't really cook. Well, I will ask you this. How important is your health for you? What type of fuel you're putting in your body to sustain this routine of hours and hours of work? How about your dreams? Do you want to have energy to fight for your dreams? So prioritize your health. Eat healthy. If you notice, most of the doctors, they don't know a lot about nutrition. They don't study a lot about nutrition, which is really sad because I understand that whenever we take care and prevent us from getting sick, we actually live a healthier life. If you want to see your grandchildren one day, if you want to be healthy and able to do everything that you do today, or if you want to live better than what you're living right now, please consider meal prepping. It's a life-changing thing and it can really help you to connect with your body because you make a date, like it's every Sunday I have a date in my kitchen preparing something delicious for me and for my family for the week. And if you don't want to eat the same type of food for all week long, bake your vegetables or cook your vegetables with really little seasoning. And every day when you're preparing your food, like getting ready to go if you're not working from home, then you add some spices, some flavors, and you have a different feeling every time that you're eating that. If you don't think that you're really created to plan all the foods that you need for your week, go to Fernanda's website. She has a lot of ideas. I'll leave the link in the description as well. And I will leave you with a quote from Debbie Millman, a designer that I love. She has a podcast called Design Matters. You should check it out if you haven't yet. She says, busy is a decision, which pretty much means what is a priority to you. So if your health is your priority, please make some time to eat mindful and to also prepare your own food. You will learn a lot throughout this journey. And if you have any questions about mindful eating, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer them. If you also want to check my blog post about the 5 days fasting that I used to do when I was doing keto, I will also leave in the description so you can check it out. And please share, subscribe if you learned something today. If you learned something with this video, it's something clicked for you. Please let me know. It will make me really happy to know that I helped you today in your Odara journey. Thank you for staying with me. See you next week. Become Odara. Thank you.